Now on CoastTV News.
Dead geese along Broadkill Beach.
It was quite shocking to see
The cause behind the deaths.
Rental tax change.
That seems reasonable.
Starting next year, what to know before planning a trip to Fenwick Island.
We have dangerously strong winds blowing through the Delmarva Peninsula. I'll detail that coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Dead snow geese on Broadkill Beach. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. Our top story tonight, snow geese dead on Broadkill Beach.
Nearly a dozen dead snow geese were found on the beach and on the dune leading up to the waterline. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Prime Hook, and Brandon Denreck says it's working to find the cause of those deaths.
Maddie, there's already been confirmed cases of the bird flu up in Kent County earlier this month. Denreck says as for these dead geese along Broadkill Beach, they're not testing them for the bird flu, but they are treating them as if they did have the disease.
As the waves crash, dead snow geese line Broadkill Beach, leaving beachgoers stunned.
I would expect a dead fish, not dead birds.
it was quite shocking to see
Eileen Callery was out walking her dogs and made sure to keep her dogs on a leash after seeing the dead geese.
it's a concern for the dogs and the people and really the whole ecosystem here, so it's a very, I think, upsetting event to see.
Denreck says if you see a bird like this, a dead bird, to avoid touching it. And if you do have to move it, to always wear gloves and protective gear to avoid any diseases.
Marlo Duncan is visiting the beach and couldn't believe how many geese were dead.
I didn't see them at first, but the more you see, the more you notice. I mean, they're dotting the beach up and down here.
For now, geese lie dead on the beach, as the reason for the deaths are still unknown.
Denreck says if you do see a dead goose just like this one, to report it online on their website. And again, they're not testing these birds for the bird flu, but they are assuming these birds did have the disease. Live on Broadkill Beach, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Just a few weeks ago, there was a positive bird flu case in Kent County. Denreck saying in all cases, people need to avoid handling sick or dead birds and keep children and pets away from them. Backyard flocks need to stay in outdoor coops, and poultry and eggs need to be cooked till at least 165 degrees.
Late last year, Denreck reported that 40 to 50 dead snow geese from Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge tested positive for the bird flu. Denreck said that was the first outbreak of bird flu in wild birds on Delmarva since way back in May of 2022. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what worries you most about the avian flu?
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. 77% say a farm outbreak. That's about the same as we saw last, maybe gone up just slightly. 15% say pet exposure, 4% say wildlife deaths, and 4% say human illness is a worry.
And if you haven't voted yet, you can still do that. Go to coasttv.com or use your mobile app. That's the place online that you can see more of those results as they come in throughout the night. New tonight, Grotto's Pizza says it will host a fundraiser for Corporal Matthew Ty Snook. Snook was shot and killed while working overtime at a Wilmington DMV. Grotto's fundraiser will be January 5th, and according to its Facebook page, the restaurant says 20% of all money raised and its Delaware locations, at those locations, that'll be donated directly to the official fundraising efforts for the Snook family.
Trooper Corporal Snook will be laid to rest on Monday, January 5th at the University of Delaware's Bob Carpenter Center. State police say public visitation is from 9 to 1, followed by a memorial service and final honors. Interment will be private.
New rental tax rates coming to Fenwick Island, the town making a change, and the goal is to even things out. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay is live in Fenwick Island. Kevin, taxes will shift depending on where you stay.
Charlie, as of right now, hotels in Fenwick Island have to pay a tax of 11.5%. But for short-term rentals, it's a little more expensive. They have to pay 12.5%. But that'll all change starting next year. On January 1st of 2026, the town will even out taxes, making hotels and short-term rentals both pay 12%. So whether you're taking in the ocean view from a short-term rental or enjoying your vacation from a hotel, Fenwick Island is making sure everyone shoulders the same tax burden, something one vacationer thinks is fair.
It seems reasonable that they pay the same tax whether they're staying at a hotel or a short-term rental.
Now, according to the Fenwick Island mayor, this change was driven by the state's new short-term rental tax and the town's desire to make sure taxes are fair across the board. I'm Kevin Zapay, live in Fenwick Island, Coast TV News.
As we take a live look now into Rehoboth Beach, our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our weather. Paul.
Well, I'm reflecting on the conversation I had with Miss Rose and her military husband. Thank you for your service, by the way, that I met at Walmart today. And they're saying, is it going to really get that cold? And if it is, make a joke about it so I can deal with it. Okay. It's howling so bad right now, it feels cold inside just hearing how cold it is outside. And it's not going to get funnier. It's going to get worse as we go throughout the week. Listen, in Milford, we're at 44 degrees. And this is a good day. I mean, it's 5 degrees above where we were just 24 hours ago. And today's a good day, as cold as it may feel to you right now. We're at 46 degrees right now, but the winds are picking up momentum, and the winds are the problem here, mainly coming out of the west. And we had a couple of sprinkles earlier today. That pulled out of the way. But when we talk about these winds and how wicked they will be, wait until I give you this whole yarn.
A Milford restaurant, the West Side, had a gas fire early this morning. That's according to the restaurant's Facebook page. They say there is extensive damage to fryers, the grill, and other equipment.
New at 6, the Worcester County Fire Marshal's office says a military ordnance was found at Assateague Island National Seashore. You can see it on your screen here. And another was found at a home in Ocean Pines taken from Assateague by a member of the public. Officials say both devices are believed to be practice rockets. They're commonly known as the Super Bazooka. Assateague Island was historically used as a military bombing and training range during World War II. Officials say both devices were safely disposed of by bomb units.
A heads up for people living in Ocean City, several comfort stations will be closing, one starting tomorrow. The town says it's so crews can complete renovations. Worcester Street Comfort Station will close until April 17th, Caroline Street from January 5th to April 17th, but 9th and 27th Street will remain open.
A top team in Pennsylvania and a great program in Maryland due to battle in the biggest holiday tournament in the country. Delmarva Sports Network's Kayla Santiago joins us from the Governor's Challenge.
Welcome in to day 4 of the Governor's Challenge. We have a fun-filled evening ahead, and we start with the Elite Showcase. It's West Town from Pennsylvania and J.H. Blake from Maryland. We start off with a scramble. J.H. Blake with the push, and it's George Comer finishing the job. Next, it's Christian Kennard knocking it down from Tripletown. Westtown on the fast break. Chike Ali cleaning up some loose change. Peace Brand with the rock. Strong move and finish for the Moose. It's the Bengals' turn. Abdur Otara gets the tough deuce. Wilson Udo going strong to the cup. Westtown leads 27-20 in the second quarter. Now to J.H. Blake. Floater connects for Kennard. The pivot, the shot. It's pure for Anaji Stewart getting it done. Westtown comes out on top 75-49. And you can watch all of 5 courts if you sign up for DSM Plus today, so make sure you subscribe. Reporting from the Wycomico Youth and Civic Center for the Delmarva Sports Network, I'm Kayla Santiago.
We have a lot more news to get to this evening.
Free rides New Year's Eve, how much money the state of Delaware is offering for you to get a DD.
You hear that wind outside right now? That's that bone-chilling chill that's headed your way, and it's going to stick around for a few days in a row.
But first, Carol Everhart stepping down after 4 decades of service. We'll show you the legacy being left behind by the longtime Chamber of Commerce director when we're right back.
Soaring Over the Shore is sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Downtown Milton is known for peace and tranquility. The Memorial Park has lots of green and community space, and it's right next to the Broadkill River. The early 1800s is when Broadkill's banks became full of shipyards, many in Milton since it was at the highest point of navigation and near forests. You may feel transported in time in historic downtown Milton. Antique and specialty stores attract both locals and visitors. But with the growing population, this town is becoming many people's hometown.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
A pillar in Rehoboth and Dewey Beach retiring after decades of service. Chamber of Commerce President Carol Everhart is stepping down after 4 decades of work.
Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber shows us the incredible legacy that she leaves behind.
Much bigger than it once was.
Looking out onto Rehoboth Avenue, Chamber of Commerce President Carol Everhart reflects on the community she's shaped for 36 years.
I look back and I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah.
And that's because do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
Since 1989, Carol Everhart has used her love of creating to help grow the Rehoboth and Dewey Beach communities into what they are today. Now, she's ready to begin a well-deserved new chapter in her life.
I'm 81, okay, and the clock is ticking.
But she didn't start as the Chamber of Commerce president. Everhart was originally hired to organize an event to bring visitors to the area during the off-season that would soon become the famous Sea Witch Festival.
The first year, we had about 5,000 people, and I was personally devastated because that was a big failure to me. And I was walking down the street, and one of the commissioners and board members came walking towards me. And he said, "Well, what do you think?" And I thought, "Oh, yeah, he's not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy." He said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Well, what do you think?" He said, "This is wonderful."
Sea Witch has grown into a beloved local tradition, attracting 200,000 visitors in 2025. But Carol Everhart's passion for the community far surpasses Sea Witch. She's been a strong voice for local businesses, helping them navigate COVID-19 mandates, fighting for or against state and local legislation that impacted the chamber members, like hotel taxes, plastic bans, and of course, parking. Through it all, Everhart working tirelessly to strengthen the area's economy year-round.
I would say when I first came here, 90% closed down or more, and now maybe 10% closed, maybe. So it's wonderful to watch.
After 36 years, Everhart has witnessed a lot of change.
That City Hall wasn't even there. It was, it was a very small building. A lot of things have changed, and a lot of things are the same. You know, I look at the boardwalk and the beach, that's never going to change.
No.
I mean, you might have to upgrade it or something, but it's just gorgeous.
Although Everhart is not originally from the Delaware coast, she says this place will forever be home.
It's my heart. Rehoboth, Dewey, Sussex County.
As Carol Everhart wraps up her final days in this office and concludes her time at the Chamber of Commerce, the impact she has made will continue to be felt for years to come. For Coast TV News, I'm Elisa Weber.
Coming up next, Paul Williams in our Coast TV First Alert Weather Center with your full forecast after this.
Before I get started, I want to give you a little bit of real-time reporting right now. Deltot cameras are reflecting that the winds are moving so much that the cameras are moving right now, and we're starting to get reports of typical stationary tents at businesses are now being blown out of place. So the winds are picking up momentum even a little earlier than the forecasting maps are indicating. So when I'm talking to you, and sometimes I'm a little jovial, but I'm serious at this time, this is how serious these winds are with the gale force winds and the high wind advisories and warnings that are in effect for our area. This is becoming more than just a nuisance. It's becoming a problem already, and we've yet to have the temperatures tank. Because take a look at where we are right now. We're in the 40s for right now with these winds howling to the point of pulling out structures already. That's not even taking into account what it's going to feel like by the time we drop into the lower 20s. We're 5 degrees warmer now than we were 24 hours ago. It's 39 is what it feels like right now in Millsboro. As we go down towards, down towards Dewey Beach, it feels more like freezing already. Wind advisory active for all inland areas, so we're watching out for 35 to even 40 mile per hour wind gusts. Then along the waters for Ocean City, Ocean Pines, Ocean View, those areas, we're actually going to be accelerating up to like 45 to 50 mile per hour winds. And this is a consistent thing on either side. Even as you're going across the Bay Bridge, it's going to be problematic because we're talking about swirling, western and swirling winds at about 45 miles per hour there. So crossing the bridge is going to be a little bit on the tedious side as well, thanks to the cold fronts pushing through. So what's going on? Well, we have a streaming that's happening mainly from the west to the east. It's a zonal flow. We've recorded a 41 mile per hour wind gust just as an example in Ocean City. Take a look at these forecasted wind gusts, for example. By the time we get to, let's say, 8 o'clock tonight, we're looking at a steady 40 mile per hour wind gust in Georgetown alone. We're not even talking about the gust. That's just a steady wind. We're looking at that same concern going into Tuesday, and that's not going to change. Even along the coast, we're looking at winds out of the west ranging from 30 to 40 miles per hour steadily, and that doesn't include the wind gusts, which can get up to 50 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow, here's where the cold comes into play. 36 for the high, for example, in Georgetown, 38 for the high in Cambridge, and 38 for the high in Pocomoke City. You see, as we go into Tuesday morning, we start off at 29, then we go up to the 30s. Then Wednesday, we stay a little bit on the cloudy side, but look at the wind chills. I mean, we're looking at 18 for Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we'll go up to 24. Then we go down to 12 for Friday, 12 for Lewis Beach, all the beaches. That's what it's going to feel like, 12 degrees. So our New Year's planner, just so you'll know, for Happy New Year, we're looking at New Year's Eve 38, New Year's Day 34, and finally, here's a look at your exclusive 7-day forecast, rather. That cold is here to stay in a big, big way.
Thank you, Paul. The Delaware Office of Highway Safety is bringing back the Sober Rides program for New Year's Eve. The Don't Drop the Ball campaign means you can get a $20 voucher for Lyft and Uber. The vouchers are redeemable from 5 p.m. on New Year's Eve to 3 a.m. New Year's Day. Delawareans can visit mysoberrides.com to get the vouchers. And I know we're past Christmas, but the holiday season, it continues, and so does the return of our holiday house.
You love seeing your decorations. This is from Erica and Laurel. Check
what a
this
yard
out. I love the reindeer. I love the Santa. It's their Christmas house in Chipman's Chase. I feel like we need to go see that in person.
Yeah, that one you might want to drive by. And thank you again, guys, for showing us your home. We really appreciate it. We still want to see more of these. Deck the halls. Send us your photos, your videos by going to coasttv.com/holidayhouse. We might even show them here on TV. We'll be right back.
Right now, we're at 48 degrees in Ocean City, with the winds picking up momentum there at 16 miles per hour, and we'll drop down to 33 as early as 10 o'clock under mostly clear skies in Ocean City. Just as a reminder, but Mother Nature's reminding us enough outside with the sounds that we're getting. We have wind advisories in effect throughout the entire inland areas, and then we, in addition to that, a gale wind warning. So we're talking about inland, about 30, 35 mile per hour winds, 45 to 50 mile per hour winds out over the water, and that's from Ocean City all the way down towards Chincoteague, and that's on both sides for the Cambridge folks as well. And crossing the bridge, we're seeing the Del Dot cameras shaking right now because of the winds are being so active at this moment. Linda Taylor of Snow Hill, you're our umbrella giveaway winner, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Congratulations, Linda. Be sure you come by the station to pick up your umbrella. Keep up with your forecast and what's happening with all this wind. Call 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstedt, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Obviously, we're windy now. We're staying windy for Tuesday and pretty much the rest of the week. After the New Year celebration, the New Year comes in cold, crazy cold. We're talking about Thursday and Friday, particularly Friday morning. We're going to have a wind chill of about 12, and it could get worse before we get to Friday.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
That looks cold.
Yeah.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And have yourselves a great evening.